Soldier coming at you from this foggy but cool, thank God cool, Monday morning from Robeson County, North Carolina. Okay. If y'all don't know where that's at, look on the map. Find the fabulous town of Fayetteville and come due south. You see a little old town called Parkton, just south of another little town called Hope Mills. And that's the vicinity of where we're at. We're the largest county in the state, probably the poorest. But friendly wise, probably got some of the friendliest people around. Anyways, for you, Brother Kyle, I hope this finds everybody doing well this morning. I am on my way to the Veterans Administration Clinic for my semi-annual labs and checkup. Yay me. We'll see how that goes and how that works out here in a minute when I get there. But a lot of uproar in the air on the 2A traffic yesterday, the day before, and this morning about Liberty Safes. Another company that has just capitulated to the government without even proper or due process. That sink in for a minute, boys and girls. Let that sink in. Old soldier, what do you mean? Well, this is what I mean. From all reports, all the FBI did was call Liberty Safe and ask for a code to get in. You see, the man that the FBI had a warrant for was a warrant to search his home. Okay? So, yeah, that warrant would give them the right to go through his safe. However, if they did not have the code and the man that owned it refused to give it up, which I wouldn't have blamed him, the government can go to the manufacturer, but they needed to subpoena that information. That was the legal way to have done that. And of course, none of us were privy to that phone call to Liberty Safes. We don't know what the agent on the line when they called said, how they said it. Was it an intimidating phone call, like, if you just don't give us up to you, we'll slap you with a subpoena like nobody's business? Or was it, hey, can we just get this information because we think this guy might have been a terrorist at January 6th? And that brings me to my next freaking point. All this uproar about people that went up to the Capitol on January 6th to peacefully exercise their right to protest. And this lawless administration has weaponized the DOJ and all its alphabet soup freaking agencies to go after people because of their dissatisfaction with the election. But you damn sure didn't see him going after that fat-ass effer, Stacey Adams in Georgia. Did you? Or that butt ugly alien-looking creature from California that told people to get up in their faces, create a disturbance. Whatever that fat heifer's name was. It'll come to me in a minute. Or that other ignorant piece of crap from Texas, Sheila Lee Jackson, stirring up shit. Not safe for working kids. You've been warned. You don't see the FBI going after them, do you? You damn sure didn't see FBI going after BLM. They were rioting and raving and rooting and Antifa. Nah. Haven't heard any arrests of there. Haven't heard any arrests of that two fat chicks from BLM spent all that money on houses. Haven't heard about BLM having their their 501(c) status stripped from them. But yet a man goes up to Washington, D.C. on January 6th to exercise his God-given right to protest a tyrannical government, to express his extreme displeasure and dissatisfaction with the electoral process. And who knows how he got on the FBI's radar? Because there are reports of people that have been arrested because a neighbor called and tipped the FBI off. And if I'm not mistaken, the federal government urged people to report their neighbors that went. Really? So, it is a setup from day one. Now, there's a whole slew of theories and speculations about how January 6th was organized, who was represented. There's that one dude that I had to have been an FBI plan. I can't forget his name. But you haven't heard anything about him going to jail yet. Nope. He's still running free. And he was the one that egged people on to go inside the Capitol building. You know, that place that Nancy Pelosi thought was her own personal freaking piggy banking fortress. North Carolina. Doing road work out here in North Carolina's road work people just suck. DOT. Maxine Waters, that fat, ugly, alien-looking heifer I was talking about. I told you it'd come to me. Yeah. Why hasn't that mouthpiece been arrested? Why hadn't her and her husband been investigated about some of them crooked deals that took place? Because he was a bank executive. Everybody else was losing their shirts. He was making money. But the utter amount of graft and corruption in D.C. right now, and the fact that anybody with just a shred of common sense can see that everything up there is just a smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors. So now you've got neighbors reporting neighbors just because they don't like them. The FBI shows up, and the worst part, they show up in all their SWAT gear in unmarked cars. Why don't you just go try and talk to the person first before you call in all that crap? Right or wrong? So all that crap needs to be addressed. Which brings me into my next point I want to make, folks. I've got no faith in the upcoming elections. None. None whatsoever. The communists that call themselves Democrats, pretty much 99% of that party, are hell-bent on silencing Donald Trump. Now, again, I've told you my feelings on Donald Trump. I don't like the man personally, never have. I never will. But his economic policies, his stance with our enemies, I can respect. For all those that are calling him a racist, I don't know where they get that bull crap from. He did more for the black community than any other president has in 80 years. You're lying, old soldier. Prove it. He wasn't called a racist until he decided to run for president. And if you don't know, folks, he's the one that backed Jesse Jackson Jr.'s presidential campaign when Jesse ran for president. So now come back again and tell me how the man's racist. Because he sided with the opposition and he shocked all those people he used to hobnob with. They decided to set out to destroy him. Again, I wasn't crazy about the comments he made about John McCain. And I'm not fond of John McCain either. The man did spend 5 years in the POW prison in Hanoi and came out permanently disabled. And I'll leave that there. Yeah, you can think of it what y'all want, but yeah. When Trump made those comments about McCain, I thought that was just wrong. But back to his policies were effective. Had more money in my wallet, more food on the table, more time to do the things I wanted to do. And the fact that he took our enemies down a notch or two. Said, listen here, I need to settle down and shut the hell up. Then people on this side don't like him. On the conservative side, well, I say conservative, a bunch of rhinos, what they are. They don't like him for a whole host of reasons. Probably because he won't play ball with them. Probably because he's not one of them. That's the other thing. Donald Trump was not, nor ever has been a politician. He didn't play their little game when he got up there. But anyway, enough about that. Back to what I'm saying about the elections. I've got no faith. I hold no faith, no stock, or confidence that the upcoming elections will be honest or successful for those of us that love freedom and love our country. The communists that have taken over certain aspects of the government are hell-bent on making this country communist and hell-bent on making us a third world nation in the eyes of the rest of the world. A lot of these countries are tired of us being an economic powerhouse to them. You know what's sad? It's the same crowd of people that go travel overseas, and the moment they get in trouble, that's when they come out, I'm an American. They get back here and just talk trash about this country. You know, my personal opinion on that, they need to start leaving their asses in them countries when they get in trouble. Maybe the rest of the crowd will learn how to behave when they go overseas and visit other countries. Nothing wrong about being an American, being proud of it. But with that goes, when you go to another country, you respect their rule of law. You respect their rules. The problem we got here is we let them come over here and let them get away with everything. Back to the election. I keep getting on these damn tangents. Back to the elections. Folks, if the elections go the way I feel they're going to go, better be ready for all hell to break loose. The country is on the verge of splitting wide open, and probably in 10 different directions. You got people on the right that can't seem to get together and get onto a common page. And even on the communist left, where they seem like they're on the same page, they've got divides. But in that crowd of people, just the stronger will just eventually drown the others out. And over here on the conservatives, you know, we like to put ourselves in a circle and then just shoot across the circle, and then whoever's left standing gets to win. That and the fact that people we've got in Congress right now, outside of a handful, don't have the intestinal fortitude to stand up to this tyranny that's going on. stand up for our rights. Just don't see it. Now, somebody said, well, you need to worry about the local elections. Well, why? Tell me why. If all they're going to do is turn around and kowtow to what the federal government does, you know, the old adage in the military, bullshit rolls downhill. When it does, we're down at the very end. So we get gobsmacked with the largest piece of it. I can't trust the people I send up to Congress to do their job. How in the hell am I going to trust the ones that send to the State House or the ones on the county commission? We'll give this state credit where credit due. You know, they passed the bill and overrode the governor's veto. Where a minor can't get their genitals mutilated before they're 18. I'll give them credit due on that. But then again, we've got state Supreme Court that is predominantly left, so who knows if that law gets challenged, where that's going to go. Same thing with our concealed carry laws. They're making it harder for us instructors to drum up business and conduct classes. At least they're hell-bent on trying to do that. Haven't passed the rules yet, but they're under review. And what it's going to do if they actually implement the ones they want to implement, a small business, you know, people own small businesses for instruction. It's going to kill us. And I think that's what they want. I think that's what they want. They say it's in the guise to get rid of bad instructors, but I'm not buying it. See, the bigger places like up in Raleigh, they got two big gun stores with indoor ranges that also have their own instructors on staff that can meet these rules of projecting the class 30 days in advance and 10 days after it closes out, and when a class is actually canceled. Not to mention maintaining a student roster for audit purposes, which I'm starting to hold back on my thoughts on that one, just for the fact that why does the state need my roster if the person turns in their certificate? Once they turn it in, it's in a state database. If they don't turn it in, they don't get their permit, why does the state need to know if they got training or not? Very interesting. But anyway, folks, stay vigilant out there. Stay vigilant. And again, I've got no faith in these coming elections. I don't know what the hell's going to happen. But if the left wins, there ain't no way this country's going to survive 4 more years of Biden. Yep, I said it, Biden. Only a dummy doesn't think that, you know, Obama's not pulling the strings on Joe Biden. So yeah, Biden. Y'all take it easy out there. Stay safe, watch your back. Gather ammo as much as you can. Gather up some long-term survival food and options, seeds, some water filtration systems. If like man got a well, make sure you got a backup generator. Keep it going. Y'all take care. This old soldier out.